Happy birthday, Sims! That would have been way more effective if I had like Bella Goth sat next to me or something. Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here, and today is, if you guys don't know, it is the 18th birthday of The Sims. The Sims has been around since February the 4th, 2000, which was 18 years ago. The Sims, if it were a person, is now legal to drink juice in the UK. How crazy is that? And I have pretty much been playing this game from the beginning, which I know sounds bad. I was like 6 years old when I started playing The Sims, but it was just a way for me to really throw myself into creativity that I absolutely loved. I also grew up with 4 older brothers who were all playing video games at the time, and I kind of felt left out because I just had my little Game Boy and I couldn't really play like James Bond and like the shooters that they were playing on the Nintendo. And then my dad got a PC and The Sims entered my life, and I really felt like I could game for the first time in the way that my brothers did. I would spend hours on the game, and to celebrate 18 years of The Sims, I wanted to create this video to kind of have a discussion and a talk with you guys as to what The Sims means to me and how it has completely changed my life, which sounds silly. There are some people that will not get this video. They'll just say, Molly, it's a game, get over it, they're pixelated characters. A game cannot change you as a person, and I'm here to tell you guys, you are wrong if you think that. The game has changed my life in so many ways, not just including this whole YouTube thing, we will be getting onto that, but in so many other ways as well. And I just really want to open up to you guys about how The Sims has been such an important and stable thing throughout those 18 years that it has been around. So the first one is obviously creativity. I have always been a creative person. English was my favorite subject all the way through school, from the age of 4 years old to the age of 21. I even chose to study English language in university. I have loved the English language. I've always loved reading and creating stories. And The Sims obviously plays a huge role in that. Even from the age of 6, I have come up with these crazy characters, these crazy storylines, and I've been able to play them out in a way that makes me appreciate the art of storytelling. I still do that to this day. I mean, I'm very lucky in the fact that this is pretty much my job now. I get to sit every day and play The Sims, a game I have loved for most of my life, and I get to create these amazing stories and share them with you. I create original characters. Even if I'm doing challenges, they'll still have Sims that I've created and I've come up with backstories for, and it's just, it blows my mind how creative this game is. Whether you're a builder, whether you're a storyteller, whether you just love creating Sims, there's an element of creativity in every single part of this game, and I freaking adore it. The Sims community is one of the best communities I have ever been involved in, and that's because I think we are surrounded by like-minded people. We all have one interest in common. And it's just crazy to see what people can do when they allow their imagination just to kind of roam free and explore all these elements of this one game that we've had 4 versions of now, which is just incredible. And I take my hat off to the team, anyone who has ever worked on The Sims. You guys, thank you so much for making it possible for millions and millions of players all around the world to let their imagination run loose and choose the way that they want to play the game however they want. That is just incredible to me, and I will always support and respect the fact that The Sims is so diverse and it allows for so much creativity. And then moving on from the diversity element, we will be continuing on to the community and the friends and the opportunities that The Sims has given me. If you asked me 5 years ago where I thought my life would have been, I'd probably say, oh, I'd be working in like a publishing house, or I'd be doing something related to literature, whether that be in a publishing house, whether it be as an author, whether it entailed social media. I would have said something along those lines. However, now I get to sit and say I'm a simmer, which just sounds, even in my own mind, that sounds ridiculous, but it is the proudest label that I could wear because of the connotations of the simming community. The friends I have made throughout this whole thing, when I started my Twitter back in 2013, I did not think I would be welcomed with such open arms, and I didn't think I'd be around 5 years later to have some of my best friends be people who I met through The Sims. I wouldn't have expected myself to get to fly out to San Francisco to visit EA, to meet the people who make my favorite game and just hang out with them and chat through the game with them. Those are things that dreams are made of, and I would not be sat here today if it weren't for the love and the support of the simming community. It is just incredible. I encourage you guys, if you are a Sims fan and if you are old enough, if your parents allow it, I cannot encourage you enough to make a Twitter account and just get talking to people in the community. A lot of people ask me how I started my channel, and that's how I started it. I made a Twitter like 6 months before I actually posted my first video. I got talking to people, people who I watched, other people who I knew about through the people that I watched. Anything like that. I just highly encourage you to go make friends. Like I said, we all have one interest in common at the end of the day, and that is this incredible game. And you would not believe the amount of support that is within the community. Don't get me wrong, there are pretty toxic times. It's not as bad as it used to be. I've not seen an argument in a long while in the simming community, where back in like 2013, some of you might know what I'm talking about here, but there used to be like an argument every single day. But we've all kind of grown up with the game, and I feel like we're a lot more mature at this point in time, which is a good thing because it's nice not to see a billion subtweets a day. So truly, I cannot encourage you enough to go join the community, get involved, and just make friends, because it's the best thing that you could ever do. I have had some crazy memories, from Simmers Meetup to Sims Camp to going to Gamescom to going to Summer in the City with Hattie and Steph last year. Two of my closest friends who I absolutely adore. I just got to spend a weekend with them, hanging out, having fun, and meeting other creators. Like, who gets to say that they get to do that with their best friends because a game brought them together? It's just incredible. And then there is one element of my life that The Sims definitely helped to bring out in me. Some of you guys may know about this. I mean, I do talk about it a lot. I'm very open about it on my Twitter and throughout my live streams and stuff. But some of you who are casual watchers of my channel, you may not know this about me, but The Sims helped me so much to accept my sexuality. I am bisexual, and I cannot even begin to tell you how much The Sims influenced me to have the confidence to say that about myself. When I was younger, I used to play The Sims in a very heteronormative element. I would have a man and a woman, I would have them get together, I would have them create a family, and that's the way I played for years and years and years. And then once I joined the community and I started to make friends with so many different people, and I saw how diverse the community was, it really got me thinking that, hey, you might not be as straight as you once thought you were, Molly. And then I started opening up in my game. I would play off-screen families where I would have girls go out with girls and guys go out with guys, and I truly started to really explore my sexuality through pixelated people, which sounds crazy but is actually super therapeutic. If you think about it, all Sims start out as pan. Let's be real, they don't have any attraction to female or male or any form of gender because they're pixels. So it's all really down to how the player chooses to play their game, and once I started becoming more comfortable in myself, I did start to explore that side of me using The Sims, and it would make my heart so happy. I would be living out my fantasy, because that's what The Sims is. When I started out when I was younger, I would make myself and my family and I would live out my dream life. And I think that's what we all kind of have in common with The Sims. Like, you can go for crazy creative stories and you can also play out what you want your perfect life to be. And it just made my heart happy to see myself become so comfortable with playing those kind of storylines and those kind of romances that it brought me into other media elements that talked about queerness and the LGBTQ plus community. And at the end of the day, if it weren't for The Sims, I don't think I would have had the confidence. I wouldn't have my amazing girlfriend who I absolutely adore. I wouldn't be so open and proud about my sexuality, and I definitely wouldn't have you guys supporting me every single step of the way. So I cannot thank the game enough. I think it's one of the purest games out there because of how the player can choose to play it. It can be as diverse and as amazing as you make it in your mind. For example, when The Sims 4 back in August, I think it was August 2016 or the summer of 2016, or maybe it was 15. Whenever it was, I can't exactly remember, but when the gender update came out for The Sims 4, I was actually on holiday when that was released, which I really wish I hadn't been, because that was a crazy, crazy moment for the game, and also a really proud moment of someone who was in the LGBTQ plus community and who saw people go through this struggle every single day of their lives, and to suffer with no representation or very little representation. The fact that the Sims team took a massive gamble on that update, and trust me, it was a gamble and a half. I mean, EA is one of the biggest game publishers in the world. The Sims is one of EA's biggest selling and biggest community-driven games. They faced homophobia for that, they faced a lot of criticism for that, but they also faced way more positivity and way more love and support from the community that really felt, oh my goodness, this game is the most inclusive form of representation I have ever witnessed. And I could not be prouder to play a game that does things such as that. It honestly blew my mind when the team did it, and I have so much respect. I've told so many of the team this, but I have so much respect for the fact that they implemented that in one of their biggest games, and I don't think they realize the effect and the ripple they sent throughout the LGBT community in just you're accepted. We've put this into one of our most mainstream popular games that you could ever find. It's been around for 18 years and no game has ever truly really done it. I don't think, anyway, from my experience of playing other games. And it just sent out such a positive vibe throughout everyone. It truly blows me away that the team did that. So without The Sims, I would be a very different person. I probably wouldn't have harnessed my creativity as much as I have. I've always enjoyed writing stories, and now I get to do it with a visual that may even encourage me in the future to create my own stories and maybe even publish my own stories. I'm not just saying that to be a YouTuber that's like, hey, I'ma have a book out in a few years. It truly has always been a love of mine, and the fact that I get to now visualize my stories is crazy. And the game in general has just had a super positive impact on myself, and I know a lot of other players all around the world feel the exact same way. So what I want from this video really is for you guys, if you are comfortable enough, then leave it down below what The Sims has done for you. Do you feel like you would be a different person without The Sims? I feel like we'd all have a little bit more vitamin D in our system if it weren't for The Sims, but that's another topic for another day. So let me know how The Sims has affected you. What's your favorite element of The Sims? Anything, any happy, positive stories that you have about The Sims and the past 18 years of its lifespan, please leave it in the comments down below, and I will send this video over to the team and I will let them know all this positivity that their game has created over the past 18 years. Whether you started playing the game yesterday or whether you've been playing it from the very beginning, I want to know your stories, your favorite households, your favorite moments, anything like that. Just spread the love on this video, because at the end of the day, we want the team to have a very happy birthday, and they definitely deserve it. So I'm gonna wrap this up here, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed hearing a little bit about myself and my love for The Sims. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already, and also hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button to be alerted when I upload, and to hear more of my crazy stories whilst I'm playing The Sims 4, because I upload pretty much daily and I always have stuff coming out of this mouth. I just don't control it at this point, so we'll see where that leads us. And before I finish, one big happy birthday to The Sims, to the team, to everyone who has ever contributed to the community. You guys are incredible as well, and I wish you all a happy and healthy simming. Bye guys. I should not be trusted with fire. What the heck? I know I said I started playing The Sims at 6 years old, but maybe now I'm just still a 6-year-old. I just spat everywhere.